Good afternoon and welcome to the Rockefeller Oval here in Yonkers, New York, for this afternoon's game between Amalgamated Baseball Holdings and the New York Haberdashers. At this time, we'd like to introduce the starting lineup for the visiting Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Batting first, the shortstop, number 8, Bobson Dugnut. Batting second, the right fielder, number 2, Orlando Dwin. Batting third, the third baseman, number 49, Otis Ranchez. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 24, Mike Truck. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 42, Todd Gonzalez. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 11, Mike Fernandez. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 37, Willie Dustis. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 19, Raul Chamberlain. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 36, Sean Bacot. And let's get those hats in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Please, hats off to the Haberdashers. Here they are as they take the field for this afternoon's game. At center field, number 11, Versi Moore. At first base, number 28, Moss Watts. The left fielder, number 8, Stump Phillips. The right fielder, number 40, Hoynie Jagoff. The second baseman, number 46, Boob Jenner. The shortstop, number 23, Trevor Knockmore. The third baseman, number 6, Foul Ball Duncan. The catcher, number 19, Dip Pearls. And taking the mound this afternoon, the starting pitcher for your New York Haberdashers, number 37, Bunky Gorman.
Well, a good afternoon to you all. My name is Scooch Closer. You're listening to Radio WJZ, New York's only home for endless wet jazz. As we get things going here in the second game of our 3-game series between the New York Haberdashers, currently starting today at 23 and 25 games out of first place, taking on the 20 and 23 Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, just from upstate in Schenectady. Schenectady, not an easy one to say. Starting things off with Bobson Dugnut. First pitch from Bunky Gorman is right to Versi Moore in center field for out number 1. Taking the mound today is Bunky Gorman. 2-4 for the season. 5.88 ERA for 1-2 Orlando Dwin. Dwin is going to smash that one all the way into center field to industry for a home run to give Amalgamated Baseball Holdings a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. That home run from Orlando Dwin, number 7 for him. Now up next is Otis Ranchez, who's going to smash that one just short into the, my goodness, back-to-back to industry. Ranchez hits a home run as well. It just barely cleared the fence. In fact, I think it got caught up perhaps in the fence work. And it is to industry back-to-back 2-0. With Mike Truck up to plate. It was home run number 9 for Otis Ranchez. Mike Truck has 14 on the season. Goodness me. He's going to make contact with that one, go right to Boob Jenner at second base. Throw in time to Mossworth, who's playing first. And with 2 outs, it is Todd Gonzalez. He's batting .331. That's going to squeak right past Boob Jenner. He's going to be on with a single to Versi Moore. And the inning continues. Mike Fernandez, the left fielder, up the plate right now. Bunky Gorman has given up home runs number 11 and 12 of the season for him. And he's going to get Fernandez to ground out to foul ball Duncans at third. Throw to Wirtz in time. Those 2 home runs Brought to you by industry brand cologne, perfumes and fragrances. Because if it smells good, it must be industry, and if it's industry, it must smell good. On the mound today for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings is shown for Cart. We're going to give up a leadoff single to Versi Moore. Moore is batting .369 this season. That is hit number 46 for him. The former Charleston Crow found his way into the starting lineup. Top of the order for the Haberdashers. Very good to have him. He's been spending time with Mr. Boozle in outfield. I think he might be heading out Mr. Boozle for that. He's going to try to steal second. And the throw is, well, it's in time, but it's dropped. So Moore with a stolen base. This stolen base number 5 for him this season. Moss Wirtz batting .483. Going to line that one right out to Bobson Dugnut at shortstop. Wirtz hit a home run in the last game. He's got 10 for the season. This brings up Stump Phillips. 388 his average. 17 home runs, 41 runs batted in. Going to round that one out to third base. Branches to Dustis, bring up Quiney Jagoff, facing Sean Facott, who's at 2 outs already. He's got a .608 ERA, 4 and 5. That was on the first pitch, grounding right to Ortiz Ranchez. So Versi Moore, with the leadoff hit, is stranded at second after stealing the base, and it is 2-0. We enter the top of the second with Willie Dustis on the plate. At the plate, excuse me. Also listening to Radio WJZ, New York's only home for MS Wet Jazz. This is game number 44 of the 84-game Continental League season. We have just kicked off the second half with a 2 to 3 day break. Willie Dustis will ground out for out number 1, bring up Raul Chamberlain, bottom of the order at this point. This is the catcher, number 8 in the lineup. 1 and 2 the count. Gonna just hug the first baseline. Wirtz is able to dive onto it, get the throw just in time to Gorman for out number 2. And it brings up Facott to the pitcher spot. 9th in the order, so on deck is Bobson Dugnut. But Facott batting .238, actually 5 hits this season at 21 at-bats. Bunky Gorman, this is his 11th start as we get things going into the second half of the season. That's going to go right to Trevor Knockmore. Throw in time to Moss Wirtz, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. A much better one as Bunky Gorman puts a 0 up on the board for ABH. And the Dashers will take the plate. And it's Boob Jenner to get things started. The Ace is on the mound tomorrow in the game. I believe, is it tomorrow or is it in 2 days' time? I cannot recall offhand. He's going to walk Boob Jenner to get things started. So Facott walking Jenner, bringing up Trevor Knockmore. Knockmore's been playing shortstop as bit of moving around with Foulball Duncan's finding his form and into the lineup. In 2 days' time, the Aces will take the mound to conclude this series. As this series kicks off the second half of the Continental League season. And that looks like a fancy Dan double play to clear the bases off for Foulball Duncan. So Knockball hits into that one. The Haberdashers took a I believe it was a 9th inning win in game 1 of the series. It was a walk-off home run. That's going to be a single. Unable to get the glove on it, and Foulball Duncans is on with 2 outs. Bring us to Dip Pearls. Pearls is former Memphis Mud Pig from earlier this year. Batting .303, 3 home runs. Found his form a bit. Came in as a replacement for Doug Lumps, but Mr. Lumps, I think, is still fighting for his spot in the starting lineup. That's going to be a line shot right up the center. Mike Truck will get it, and the throw to third. Not in time. Duncan's good running there. Puts runners on the corners for Bunky Gorman. Gorman gets that one right to Willie Dustis, who has to sprint as Facott was not there to help him out, but it is out number 3, so stranding 2. after 2, it is 2-0. Surprising result yesterday as Boston beat New Ohio in a very handy way, I must say. So, opportunity at this point for any of the teams chasing the Debonaires to gap. Milwaukee have proven they are slowly coming around as a team, as Bobson Dugnut lines out to Trevor Knockmore for out number 1. Brings up Orlando Dwinney at the home run in the first inning to get things started on the scoring for ABH. He's going to pop that one up to Stump Phillips in left field for out number 2. This brings up Ortiz Ranchez, batting .340. Hit home run number 9 for himself. First inning, back-to-back, of course. Facing an 0-2 count. Gets him swinging. Looks to go for third. Looks to tag him up, and of course does get a strikeout. That will be a 1-2-3 inning again for ABH. Bring us to the bottom of the third. The Fancy Dan double play prior. Brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. You can try their assortment of hair tonics and elixirs, such as sculpting epoxies, styling salves, and of course hair lubricants. Why be a Mitchell when you can be a Fancy Dan? Well, Versi Moore is on with another single. That's 2 for him today. And it brings up Moss Wirtz, the home run hitter from the other evening. Faces a 2-1 count against Foucault. Foucault 17 strikeouts this season. He is going to walk Moss Wirtz, so that is now the 8th time this season that Wirtz has been walked to first. That is walk number 12 of the season for Foucault, his second today. And it brings up Stump Phillips, who with runners in scoring position is batting .400, just slightly above his .388 that he's batting at the moment. And yet another walk puts Phillips on first, and that loads the bases for Whiny Jagoff. And Foucault is going to give up 2 runs. A 2-run single by Whiny Jagoff, giving him RBIs numbers 29 and 30, and tying this game up. We'll bring up Boob Jenna, who will pop that one up to Orlando Gwynn for out number 1. Trevor Knockmore hitting to the double play. He's going to pop that one up just short of the warning track to Mike Kruk before out number 2. It does mean that Stump Phillips tags up to third, bring up Foulball Duncans, who hit a single last at bat. His average is .354 this season. He's .545 with runners in scoring position. So there's a man you can get an RBI from. I think Foulball Duncans might be the man. And he's going to be walked, so that is the 3rd walk of the game, of the inning, the 4th of the game for Sean Foucault, loading the bases again for Dip Pearls. At this point, you have to imagine he just wants to get out of the inning, but going 3 innings does not seem like the kind of outing you want to have. He does get Pearls to fly out to Mike Kruk, which will end the inning and keep the game tied at 2 here in the top of the 4th. Well, Mike Kruk's first pitch will ground out right to the shortstop, Trevor Knockmore. Throw to Wirtz in time. Bring up Todd Gonzalez, hit a single in the first inning. Left on base. He's going to pop that one high up into the air, gets jammed on that one. Looks like Versi Moore has this one very well in control. Gets the catch for out number 2. Bring us to Mike Fernandez. 0 for 1 today, Mr. Fernandez. Batting .280. He has been the left fielder choice. Splitting time with Glenn Allen Mixon. Mixon kind of can sometimes play first base, sometimes plays left fielder. And he's going to strike out swinging, so that is strikeout number 2 for Bunky Gorman in this game. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for ABH, bringing up the dashes yet again. Here in the bottom of the 4th, pitcher spot, Bunky Gorman. Still going strong. Going to be on with a single. It's going to find a ground ball right up the middle. Versi Moore pops up to Dugnut for out number 1 to get things started, keeping Gorman at first. Brings us to Moss Wirtz. That's going to be right into a Fancy Dan double play to end the inning. Well, that will do it. Fancy Dan double play. Brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more pop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. Top of the 5th, you're listening to Radio WJZ. My name is Scooch Closer, and this is the Continental League of American Baseball. Game number 44 for the New York Haberdashes and Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. And Willie Dustis grounds out Trevor Knockmore at shortstop. Throw in time to Wirtz for out number 1, bringing us to the 8th spot in the lineup, Raul Chamberlain, the catcher, batting .197 this season. 7 home runs, 15 RBIs. So he has the ability to smash it out of here. Bunky Gorman is having a great day, as it were. That's going to get right past, it's going to get over the head of the second baseman, Ruben Jenner. It's going to fall short of Whitey Jagoff, so finds that sweet spot, and he's on with a single. I don't think there's anyone in the field you can really blame for that one. Does bring us to Sean Foucault. 0 for 1. Of course, the pitcher, he's planning on taking the mound yet again in the bottom of the 5th, I would imagine, or else he would have been substituted. Got out of a bit of a jam early in the game, but found his way, and that's going to be a diving catch by Stump Phillips for out number 2. So a fly ball into shallow left. Phillips diving feet first, as if home plate were right there. And third at bat today for Bobson Dugnut. He's 0 for 2. So the heavy bats, some of the heavy bats, Mike Kruk, Bobson Dugnut, for ABH have been kept quiet by Bunky Gorman today, and the fielding of the Dashers, as that will be 0 for 3, flying out to Versi Moore to end the inning, or at least retire the sides. Bottom of the 5th coming up. First up to bat, the pitch for Stump Phillips will ground it right to the pitcher, Foucault. Just as much, I think some of the heavy hitters quieted as Stump Phillips is 0 for 2 with a walk. Whitey Jagoff, same play, right back to Sean Foucault. And the throw to Dustis in time, bringing us to Boob Jenner. 0 for 1 with a walk in the 2nd. 4 times, he's going to slide that one right to Bobson Dugnut. Throw is an easy one, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for ABH. Bottom, at the end of 5, it is tied at 2 between the New York Haberdashers and Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. ABH really coming into their own. I think there was a time where they were in dead last place this season. They've really found a bit of a form for themselves. Top of the 6th, Bunky Gorman will walk Orlando Dwin to get things started. And Ortiz Ranchez, he hit pitch number 60 for Mr. Gorman. Okay, he does tend to come out around this time, so if he can make it through the end of the 6th inning, that will be a good start for him. Of course, it will be a quality start, of course, because it'll be 6 innings. And he's going to walk Ortiz Ranchez, bringing Mike Truck to the plate with 2 runners on. And yes, that will do it for Mr. Gorman. In comes Ezemiah Denove, to my knowledge, the only Amish pitcher in the entire Continental League. And Denove has been a go-to for the Haberdashers. He's got a 4.96 ERA. He gets Truck to line out to Trevor Knockmore, forces Orlando Dwin to tag up. And with 1 out, there are still runners on first and second. Gonzalez batting .500 with runners in scoring position, normally .331. He's got 34 RBIs on the season. If that drops, it's good. It's going to find the glove of Heini Jagoff. And no one tags up, so 2 out back-to-back there. Bring us to Mike Hernandez. It will be a great, great situation for Ezemiah Denove to get himself out of, or to get Bunky Gorman out of, as it were. Foul ball up the line. 0-2 the count on Mike Hernandez. Ball 1. Denove has made appearances in 19 games, 32 and 2/3 innings, only 9 strikeouts, so he tends to, as we can see, he's more of an in-play pitcher. Gets them to fly out, ground out. 1-2 the count, 2-2 with that one high. Fouls it off again, so very good at bat here for Mike Hernandez, trying to stay alive. Gets him looking, strikeout number 10 for Ezemiah Denove. Retires the side. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 2. First at-bat is a fly out to left field, Mike Hernandez. That was Trevor Knockmore, bringing us to foul ball Duncans, 1 for 1 today. With a single and a walk. That could be out number 2, bringing us to Dip Pearls, and that will do it for Foucault. Bring in Sleeve McDykel in a double switch with Glenn Allen Mixon. Coming in for Mike Hernandez. And that's going to be a home run to industry for Dip Pearls, breaking the tie. And giving the Haberdashers a lead of 3 runs to 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. He hits it to industry. Home run number 4 for Dip Pearls. And that was a diving attempt into foul territory. This is Ezemiah Denove, who's going to swing at that one, striking out. Aside. So a very important home run to industry, brought to you by Industry Brand, colognes, perfumes, and fragrances. You're having a good night on the town, and a young lady asks, "What is that intoxicating smell?" You say, "My dear, that is the smell of industry." Found whatever smells are sold. Well, Willie Dustis is going to ground out for the first out of the game, facing. And here comes Dean Westry in for Raul Chamberlain. So interesting pinch hit option. He's going to ground out for out number 2. And it brings us to Glenn Allen Mixon, who lines it right to Boop Jenner for a 1-2-3 inning. And just as we were getting ready to talk about coming in. Ezemiah Denove. He's back on the bench, waiting to come back in. And it will be Ray McSriff. Coming in as catcher. Raul Chamberlain was subbed out for a pinch hitter, and that is going to be a lead-off triple for Versi Moore. That is triple number 3 for him this season. He's had 3 hits today, 2 singles and a triple. And with Steve McDykel, a 2-0 record, 2 saves actually. A 4.15 ERA, 11 strikeouts. He's made appearances in 17 games. I guess he does have a strikeout, another one from this point. That is going to be Bobson Dugnut popping out. For out number 1, bringing us to Stump Phillips, who's going to get RBI number 42 by batting in run number 4, run number 4. An RBI single from Stump Phillips brings home Versi Moore, and it's 4-2 in favor of the Haberdashers here in the bottom of the 7th. Swiney Jagoff with runner on. He's not had a great day. He's 1 for 3 today. He did have a 2 RBI single. Facing McDykel, who is loading up the count, 3-1. That is going to fill it up. He watches that one go by for strike 2. Foul, and that halts the runner at first from Phillips. Jagoff hits it high into the air. It is going to be just short of the warning track. And Glenn Allen Nixon with the catch in left field. So 2 outs on a 3-2 pitch. It is Boob Jenner's turn. He is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to drop just short of center field, and Mike Kruk. It will move Phillips to third, and Jenner is on with a single. So Trevor Knockmore, 0 for 3 today. The runner in scoring position is going to hit it high and far. Is it possible? Oh, he's done it again for industry. Trevor Knockmore, home run number 4 of the season. A 3-run home run. And it's 7-2 in favor of the Haberdashers. With foul ball, Duncans to the plate. He's going to give up a line drive up the middle to Mike Kruk. So he's on with a single, bringing us to, I believe it's still Dip Pearls. And McDykel perhaps. And yes, that's going to be it. Dwiggett Rochigal coming in for Sleeve McDykel, 1-1. He did get the loss, I believe, in the past game. That is going to be a walk of Dip Pearl, so getting things back onto the bases. First and second. Ezemiah Denove, the pitcher, with 2 outs, facing an 0-2 count. And Dwiggett Portugal gets him swinging. And he throws his bat down in disgust. Your team just scored 4 runs and have a 5-run lead, and we have Bobson Dugnut here in the top of the 8th. Amalgamated Baseball Holdings very much behind it at the moment. A 4-run 7th. Fills up the count, does Denove. 43 already, 2 innings. And gets Dugnut to ground out right back to himself. And the throw in time, so that's out number 1. And an 0-4 day for Bobson Dugnut, bringing Orlando Dwin to the plate. count. Pops that high up in the air. Should be, well, it will be Denove making that one easy for out number 2. And it's Ortiz Ranchez who has hit a home run. His only contribution today is one of the 2 home runs from the first inning. 2-0 the count. Trying to get him to bite at something. 3-0 for Denove. And a broken bat, single up the middle. Oh, broken bat right up the middle to Moss Wirtz. Will look lively there. That bat smashed into smithereens. I've never seen something like that happen in my days. Well, that retires the side and brings us to the bottom of the 8th. Well, as Thirsty Moore flies out into foul territory, it brings us to Moss Wirtz, who's not having the best of days. 0 for 3 for Moss Wirtz. Not a good day for him. He did hit a home run last game, but his average will be suffering today. 0 for 3. Taking a 3-1 count from Rockefeller. And he will walk. So that's the second walk for Moss Wirtz, as the Haberdashers batted the complete order from top to bottom in the prior inning. Stump Phillips did hit the RBI single in the prior inning. That's the only contribution today. Gonna go right up the third base line to Ranchez. Throw in time to Dustis for out number 2. Bringing us to Quiney Jagoff. Right, ball 1. Ball 2 is inside, it looks like, for Quiney Jagoff. And the Haberdashers with a chance at the top of the 9th to finish this game off. I'm curious who is going to be pitching. Will it be Denove still, or will they go to their closer? Delmar Uptown. That's going to be a walk for Quiney Jagoff. So 2 runners on, 2 outs. It's Boob Jenna. Hit a single in the last at bat. Gonna line it right out to Todd Gonzalez to end the inning. So top of the 9th. And it's Mike Truck to lead things off, facing Ezemiah Denove, who is already 31 pitches into this game. And Duncans lays out on that one for a 1-pitch first out. A big one by getting Mike Truck. Todd Gonzalez is 1 for 3 today. Gonzalez hits it high and far, and he hits it to industry for a home run. So Todd Gonzalez hits home run number 12 for the season. That's his second hit today. And it is now 7-3. He hits it to industry. Brought to you by Industry Brand. Colognes, perfumes, and other things that smell good. If it smells good, it must be industry, and if it's industry, it must smell good. Ick Pluri coming up to bat. Batting 289, he's coming in as a pinch hitter. Gonna hit it high. Is it gonna be right into the glove of Stump Phillips for out number 2? So Pluri 0 for 1 today. And that'll be Thermos Hearn coming in, I guess, coming in as a relief for the final out. As, well, it seemed to be a bit of an end to the, I think Ezemiah Denove said that was it, and here is Willie Dustis, who's 0 for 3 today. 307, 3-1 count, swings at strike 2, this could be it. And he makes contact. Getting in the way is Knockmore, but it will be a single for Dustis. And with 1 runner on, Ray McSriff comes to the plate and doesn't make good contact to Wirtz. Throw in time to Hearn to end the game, and it's another win for the Haberdashers. A big win for them today. The final score of this game: Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, 3 runs from 6 hits. The New York Haberdashers, 7 runs from 12 hits. And what a game that was. The second game of the same amount in the series that the Haberdashers have taken. They are now on a 3-game winning streak, improving to 24-20 and going 4.5 games out of first place. And if Philadelphia lose in the next game, they will tie Philadelphia. They're just a half game behind Philadelphia, who are 24-19. Amalgamated Baseball Holdings dropped to 20-24, 6th place, 8.5 games out of first place. And of course, the winning pitcher today, Ezemiah Denov, going 3 2/3 innings with 1 strikeout. The loss goes to Sleeve McDykel. So he pitches the 1 inning, but gives up the 5 runs, including the 3-run home run. The Honeywheat Tobacco Company is who brings us our finest standards of the day. That is the Honeywheat Tobacco Company, bring you fine hand-rolled cigarettes grown from the fabled tobacco roads of the Carolinas. They are good to be smoked at any time, and any time is a good time for a Honeywheat cigarette. The third finest standard of the day is Versi Moore, going 3 for 5 with a triple. The second finest standee is Trevor Knockmore, hitting that 3-run home run that we talked about, that capped off a 4-run inning to give the Haberdashers the ultimate lead. And Dip Hurls is going to be the finest standee of the day, getting a complimentary carton of Honeywheat cigarettes. He hit a home run and an RBI and went 2 for 3 today. That is the finest standards of the day, brought to you by the Honeywheat Tobacco Company, reminding you and humbly requesting that you smoke wheat every day. That will do it for our broadcast. We take a day off before the game and the series continues. We will be joining you here on the 11th, where Herzl Good will be taking the mound for the Dashers to face Oral Mulholland. So the Aces will be on the mound, as Amalgamated Baseball Holdings have shaken up their rotation just a bit, as have the Dashers. Rasmus Auction is no longer 4th in the rotation. He played the other day and got the win, I believe. He did get the win, yes. Well, the Dashers won 6-3. They win 7-3 today, and we'll see if they can do a series sweep against the in-state rivals of Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Well, that is it for our broadcast today. My name is Scooch Closer. The Endless Wet Jazz will continue back on here on Radio WJZ. Until next time, hats off to you, and hats off to the Dashers.